Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for watching. It is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. A live Sunday afternoon. There is a rally underway in North Carolina for Andrew Brown. We will be going there momentarily. I want to start off with an update from Louisville that this was from 6 o'clock this morning. Maxwell Mitchell, the live streamer. Last night, you'll recall, we featured Maxwell in part of the segment, and he showed the memorial for Breonna Taylor that had been at Breonna Taylor Square in Justice Park, 6th and Jefferson, the park there. And when he got there this morning, here's what he found. Well, we are live, so hang on. I'm going to have to reboot this. I waited too long to start it. My apologies. Here we go. Technology is great when it does what you want it to do. In this case, it's not. Okay. Let's try this one more time. If not, I'll go to the next story, and we'll get into Elizabeth City. Hello, Thunder. Hello, Sharon. Salty Granny, hello. Here we go. This is what Maxwell found.
What is it? Yeah. Where are they taking it? To Merriweather. Jesus Christ. She alright? Where's she going? Up for the bed!
Everything's gone. The giant portrait of Breonna Taylor, everything has been removed. And keep in mind, this is being done. It was early this morning, the day after the Derby. A lot of people in town will be traveling around, so they wanted to erase any evidence that what might have happened over the past year. Now we're going to switch to what happened just a few minutes ago in Louisville. As Senator Bernie Sanders was live. And you can see a different memorial has already been put in place by the people. Again, at 6 a.m., this was all cleared out, and the monument that was there was taken down. A brand new, different monument and portrait of Breonna Taylor has since sprung up. Again, Senator Bernie Sanders with Charles Booker. Charles Booker is a hopeful for United States Senate in the Democratic Party in Kentucky in the 2022. Louisville police removed it. And Max got there right after it had been taken down. The rest of that video from Max was him getting in his car and following them to find out where they had taken the big portrait. And again, I wanted to kind of show that in context so you could see that when Bernie arrives, the people have already got another one erected. I just thought that was such a statement to the fact that they don't quit down there.
But to the degree that local or state governments provide support, this is often the case. I think that could be one of the questions. I mean, it has to do what kind of wages you're going to pay people, who you're going to hire, what kind of benefits are you going to provide. But look, I don't have to tell anybody that the criminal justice system in this country is racist. I mean, that's not the case.
That's my man, Bernie.
More people in jail in America. I want you all to know this. Even in China. You read about China as an authoritarian country? You know, more people per capita in jail in the United States, not per capita, more people in jail in this country than in China. And you got something like 25% of the people are in jail. You know why they're in jail? Because they can't afford bail. You think about that. You haven't been convicted of anything, they just can't afford to get out. That's pretty crazy stuff. And I don't have to tell you about the racism that exists in the different criminal justice systems. So we need fundamental overhaul from top to bottom.
Yeah.
And the federal government can play a leadership role, can't do it all. There's a lot of these decisions are made locally. You're going to run them in your own police department. What the federal government can do is provide carrots and sticks in the sense of saying, if you're prepared to do the right thing in terms of police department reform, if your police officers get the training to understand that lethal force is the last response, not the first response, you know what? We're going to help you out. Well, and that's true in many parts of the country. All right? You have to have a police, you have to have, you know, people talk about rethinking police. Police have no particular ability and training to deal with people who are mentally disturbed. We need help to deal with alcoholism or drug addiction. All right, so that'll redefine what the role of police is.
Hey, that's what we've been talking about on this show.
Work to be done, do it at the federal, state, and local level. And the truth is that some conservatives are coming on board. The way they come on board is they understand that to incarcerate somebody is what, $50,000, $60,000 a year. It makes a hell of a lot more sense to invest in education and job training than put some kid away in jail for 20 years.
Talk about it.
So, you know, that's the real public safety. That's right. That's community safety. Yeah. You know, which then speaks to our educational system, the quality of our schools, and jobs, and housing, and everything else. And by the way, I think all of you know, and the reason I'm here today is to talk about the record of your senior senator, Mr. McCall. Is that, you know, there is a huge struggle in Washington right now. And that is whether or not we bring forth transformative legislation which speaks to the needs of working families and low-income people, which speaks to racial justice, to environmental sanity, or we don't. And that is what the struggle is about. And unfortunately, your senators are on the wrong side of that image. Let's get it over. All right, hold it on. Thank you.
This is Miss Rhonda.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Miss Rhonda is a giant. She's been fighting for us before I was around, and has not slowed down one bit. She's been in the center of criminal justice reform, civil rights, and just sitting in Kentucky. And you are a giant in one of our emotions. You always got a lot to say.
I just want to say, someone asked where did all these people come from. But these people are the people who've been out here from day one. And they want progress. They want justice. They want equity. Marginalized people are tired of not being able to breathe, having their foot on their necks in our community. And we, as marginalized people of color, black, brown, that we're so glad you're in office, and that we know we're going to be working hard to get Charles Booker in office. So that's why we know what people do, right? Because you will represent the people and their needs. So thank you for all you are doing and continue to do for us, the people. Power to the people! Power to the people!
Power to the people! Greenway!
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 So we got my brother K.A. K. Owens. He's another person that's been working out for a long time with Kentucky Alliance.
So I just wanted to show you what was going on in Louisville. Again, an update for from last night to this morning to this afternoon. We're going down to Elizabeth City, North Carolina. You can catch the rest of either one of those videos at Maxwell Mitchell. If you're on Facebook, Maxwell Mitchell, please follow him, give him a like, and consider giving a donation, because those of us in independent media, it's tough to keep going, and but yet we have to do this because these stories have to get out. And again, you can see a very, very large group in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here. And we'll talk about a lot of things as the afternoon unfolds. But let's check in right now live in Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
will never be defeated. Say, united will never be defeated. Say, people united will never be defeated. Say, Lord, people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Say his name. When the first line moves, after 5, the next line moves. Then the next line moves. Then the next line moves. Tell everybody that's behind. But you want to stretch this out as long as you can. So we want to see people who keep trying.
Hello to everybody. If you're just joining, it is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. This is Elizabeth City, North Carolina, a rally and now a march following the rally for support of releasing the body cam footage of what actually happened to Andrew Brown Jr. Thank you all for being here. Hello to everybody in the chat. I'm going to get back up here. I'll be in front of the screen in a few minutes and talking with people in the chat. But for now, we want to focus on what's going on live here in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Once again, thank you for watching. It's the American Doofus channel. Don't be a doofus. Hit the subscribe, like, share, and if you would like to help support what we're doing, it is $ American Doofus, all one word, at Cash App. If you want to email me, it's americandoofus@gmail.com. Now back live to Elizabeth City, North Carolina with Status Coup. John from Status Coup doing the live stream at the moment.
No good cops in a racist system. 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 Justice. No peace. No racism. Police. No 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 justice. No peace. No racism. Police. Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown. Release the tape. The whole tape. 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 Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown.
Again, we're in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, a massive march in support of releasing the tapes from Andrew Brown, the body cam footage from when he was killed. And if you just joined us, we started out the segment with updates from Louisville. The Louisville police came in and took down the Breonna Taylor Memorial at about 5 o'clock this morning. And then we saw Senator Bernie Sanders there with Senate hopeful Charles Booker. And the people had erected a brand new monument in that short amount of time, a completely different portrait. Go back and watch the beginning of this after this is over if you did not get to see it. I'm going to hop in and say hello in the chat here real quick. I'm going to feature one other story and then we'll get back to the march here. Hello to I Am Created, blessings to you. Sharon, Salty Granny, Knuckles. Let's see. Let me scroll up a little bit and see if I missed anybody. Hello, Backwards Bruce. Always nice to have you out of the backwoods. Red Eye, thank you for being here. T-Rex, my man. And again, Thunder, been here from the start. We thank you all for being here. I want to show you, I've often talked, now we've got such a mass amount of people here in the streets of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, the police couldn't do anything if they wanted to. And that's amazing in a city of 18,000 people because these people, many of them are local. A lot of them have come in from nearby areas specifically for today. Today is the viewing for Andrew Brown. Tomorrow is the funeral service. And Reverend Al Sharpton will be doing the funeral service. We'll be monitoring that tomorrow, of course. But I want to switch back to Louisville for just a second here. I often talk about the dangers of protesting. Now, you get numbers this size, chances are nobody's going to do anything to try to disrupt it. But a lot of times protesters are in groups of 30, maybe 50, and can find themselves in danger. And here's what happened in Louisville yesterday. And one of the reasons I didn't have this in the live yesterday. This happened right before I started broadcasting, but I wanted to make sure that people were aware of what actually happened. This happened yesterday in Louisville. You can see as it's booting there, this man walked out of the restaurant with a pistol drawn and pointed at the chest. Here's the pistol right here in his hand. pointed at the chest of an unarmed female protester. And for some reason, I'm having trouble getting my phone to cooperate with my monitor. So let me disconnect again, reconnect, and here we go. Again, a guy walks out of a restaurant, a white man. Okay, I'm going to play that again. As you can see, the white man in my demographic group, I'm ashamed to say, walks out originally with a small pistol, and then the other white man, the bald white man with the brown beard and the orange pants and the white shirt, that is giving the finger and egging people on, trying to get them to come close to him. He has in his hand, it's concealed up until the last minute. I'm not sure if he had a taser. He has some kind of weapon. We're going to get a closer look at it. And again, we'll get back to the protests, back to Elizabeth City. But I just want to, as we go along throughout the day, I do this. I feature some things. I feature some things that we don't always see or that need more attention. So it's not just 100% straight protest marches. It does go in and out. So if you just want to see a straight protest march, this might not be the platform for you at this time. And that's cool. But if you like seeing a little other things interspersed, hang with us. We'll cover everything throughout the day. Again, here's a second look at that for those watching live. Hopefully. Well, again, I'm going to have to, for some reason, I'm going to have to disconnect and then retransmit. Apologies for this, but we're live, and I don't have a producer, I don't have a director, I don't have a sound guy, I don't have a writer. Now, you see the guy in the background, orange pants, the shaved head guy with the white shirt. He is constantly egging people on, trying to get them to come at him, trying to cause conflict. He does look a little bit like Colonel Sanders, the older white guy. The guys with the AR-15s are security. They are security for the protesters. Some of them are members of a group called United Pharaohs Guard. Others are just, one's a former live streamer that just got fed up and armored up and gunned up, and now he protects those he used to cover with his camera. But they are, and everything is legal in Kentucky. Everything you're seeing is legal. The man comes out the door. He does not have a concealed weapon. He has his pistol fully in sight. The same with the guy in the orange pants with the white shirt. So let's watch as again this unfolds. So there we go. A second look at that. I'm gonna go. Oh, Ralphie May, rest in peace. Come on. We're going to go back to Elizabeth City, North Carolina here. As soon as my phone will cooperate. But that's what happened early in the protests yesterday in Louisville, Kentucky. And just again, another reason that if you are ever involved in a protest, always keep your head on a swivel, because there are dangers. There are dangers where you least expect them, and especially if you're in the streets. More and more states are considering new legislation that I'm sort of trying to do two things at the same time. New legislation that it is not against the law to run over protesters. Basically, you can't be held accountable for your actions. And also, if you are a protester, there are states that are invoking new legislation. Okay, I don't have copyright for any of that stuff. And I know I'm going to get hit. The screen will be back up here in just a second. I got too many windows open, I believe here. And that's why my phone is not reacting and letting me go back to Elizabeth City. It won't do it. Come on. Okay, I was with Status Quo. We're gonna go to News to Share now to see if it will pop up for me. It could have been Facebook took some videos down because of language. I don't know. Well, we've got a second. Hello to Philly Strong. Thank you, Philly Strong. Janice, where's the police when you actually need them? Thanks, Knuckles. Well, oh, I know. I'm like, why is it not playing? It's because I turned the monitor off. Hopefully it will. There we go. Monitor's rebooting. We should be back in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. This is Andrew Brown's house that they are at right now, and we'll go back to the live stream. I'll be back in front of the screen here in a minute and talk some more with y'all. But for now, let's watch what happens. Again, this is the site. This is the actual site where he was killed. Right there in that driveway.
Just turn it down a little bit, please. I want everybody to gather around on the sides, please. It's just easier. See the world. Thank you. Before we go any further, I want everybody to observe tracks grass. The tracks in the grass is where Mr. Andrew Brown made his path. And we also want to not only pay our respects to Brother Andrew, but also to the artists. All right. Hey, let's say we back again, man. Just appreciate everybody taking the first leg of the walk with us. But we here to witness to something beautiful, man. Something beautiful. And I want y'all all to know, I grew up with this cat, Harrington Village, you know? Elizabeth City, born and bred, man. And this is my good dude. I've known him for years. Look at the work he's put on the wall. It's so beautiful. It speaks to what we're going through. Say his name. Say his name. You know, without further ado, I just want to say, my boy, Bones,
Y'all know I'm in the streets, tattoo artistry, work, exquisite, artwork, crazy, shoes, everything he got to do. He wanted to come in and drop some love on us for this, and we just appreciate him giving us his talents, his time away from his home to bless us with this beautiful mural. Bones, we love you, man. Thank you, bro. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, of course, everybody know Terrence Andre Simpson. He owns this house. He hit me up. He was like, "What do you think about doing a mural to honor Andrew?" And I was on that actual house he lived in. And I was like, "Yo, say no more. We can do that." And I was definitely honored that he called me, because I knew this was going to be an important piece to my community. So I appreciate Dre for hitting me up, trusting me. I appreciate my community for trusting me with this piece and loving it. I mean, people were coming to buy, asking me, did I need something to drink? Did I need something to eat? We'll go get it for you. So, I mean, it just was an honor to do it. And I want everybody, when you ride past to see this, to say his name. Even if you don't say it out loud, you'll think Andrew Brown. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all for trusting me again with this piece. I'm proud of my city for standing up and making this a nationwide thing, and I believe that we really needed this as a community. So I appreciate y'all for, letting me do it.
All to clear the path. Just the family's gonna step up now.
1, 2, 3. Can I get y'all to touch both sides? That's it.
If you're just joining us, it's Elizabeth City, North Carolina, the home of Andrew Brown. This you can still see the mud on the side of the walls where he was peeling out through the grass, trying to escape as shots were being fired at him reportedly. Since we do not know exactly what happened, since the body cam footage in its entirety has not been released. 20 seconds of footage was released from one camera to select family members and attorneys. And to
Mr. Brown, give us a little bit more of the mic, please.
To address what is coming, that judge ruled last Wednesday that there are 4 body cams, 7 officers involved. 4 of them had body cams on. All 7 didn't have body cams on. I'm going to get this out real quick. The judge ruled that a select family members and 1 attorney who is with the bar in North Carolina, so 1 North Carolina attorney can see all 4 body cam footage, but it will not be released to the public. He also said between 30 and 45 days, he would revisit his ruling. He wanted to give time for the Sheriff's Department to conduct its investigation of itself and for the North Carolina Bureau of Investigation, the state FBI, if you will, to conduct any investigation they might see fit. Now, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, is also investigating the case to see if any of Mr. Brown's civil rights were violated. So as of now, no body cam footage has been released to the public. So anybody that says they've seen the footage, unless they're an attorney or a family member, are lying to you more than likely. And no body cam footage, in my opinion, no body cam footage is ever going to be released to the public. And I've said that from the start, and I've made some people angry. But It's because of North Carolina law. The way the law is written down there, body cam footage is not considered public record. And it is there for the protection of the officer, not the protection of the people. That's the way the North Carolina law is written. And that's why the results sometimes come out the way they come out, where you go, like Breonna Taylor. We talked about that, and I said, there's not going to be any justice for Breonna Taylor. And people got really mad at me. And I had Dave Lackford on, an incredible attorney from Louisville, and he laid it open from top to bottom, citing all of the various degrees of the law as to why there wasn't going to be justice, and there hasn't been. Now there needs to be a second grand jury in Louisville to revisit that case, in my opinion. But everything's tied so closely together because there are way too many names, there are way too many locations, and there are way too many times that police act as judge, jury, and executioner all in one. And we heard Bernie Sanders talk earlier on from Louisville that things have to change, and I hope they will. I'm going to see what the auntie of Andrew Brown has to say here.
Andrew Brown! Andrew Brown! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice!
No peace! No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
Okay, we're gonna step back and let the family, it's the family, all the family, y'all come up and y'all just give us a little space. And I just want the family to get a photo. All the family members. We got the youngest daughter of Mr. Andrew Brown here. Y'all, isn't she so beautiful? All the family, come on in, come on in. Okay, we give you the opportunity to just get the audience and the front y'all just give a little space. So,
Get this photo.
you mind saying that off the concrete, please? If you're on the concrete, make sure your family. All right, sir, media, please. Do not think off the concrete. We don't need all the pieces of it. Give us some space.
Okay.
Real quickly, we're watching Ford Fisher from News to Share, like, and support Ford Fisher, one of the top live streamers. I call them modern day war correspondents for the new revolution. And if you were watching Ford last night, the man you see right here, this man, that's the gentleman that was in the parking lot that the original Black Panther Party member was screaming at for cooperating with the police, when in fact he was the organizer of this event and was in the parking lot planning out how they were going to stage vehicles and individuals when the state police came up and asked him what he was doing. So the moral of that story might be, don't jump to conclusions.
Andrew Brown! Say his name! 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 Andrew Brown! Release the tape! 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 The whole 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 tape! Release the tape! Release the tape! Release the tape! Release the tape! The whole tape!
In public relations, this is what's called an optic. And when they were posed there, when they were chanting there, powerful optics.
If I can come in and work quick or everyone behind the front line, do not hold the line. Everyone behind the front line, hold the front line.
Again, there are a lot of live streamers down here. So when Ford's signal goes off, you know that bandwidth is being eaten up by a lot of people. A lot of people broadcasting this important message. There's nothing wrong with that either. Okay, just saying when it happens, that's why. Ford Fisher, news to share. Another one of the nation's best live streamers. And I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to turn it off while they're organizing here to make sure that this gets heard correctly. While the name of the state is North Carolina, remember, this is the South. This was a prominent player in the United States Civil War. And there are not as many non-melanated faces in the crowd as there are in other areas we watch, because in the South, it can be more dangerous to be a white, or as equally as dangerous, I will say, to be a white person supporting Black people as it is to be a member of the Black community. And while there may be some that dispute that, if you spend any time in the South, you probably don't question that statement at all. I think we're about ready to march. So let's go back to Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Again, if you're just joining us, it's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. This isn't normally how the show has been. Normally, we have interviews, we have panels, we have discussions. I show segments and talk about news and information that isn't getting talked about or that is alternative to what mainstream wants to cover. And we're kind of caught up in a wave of that. It started about, I don't know, I guess probably a month ago today on a Sunday when Dante Wright was killed in a police action shooting. The officer subsequently charged with second-degree manslaughter. People up there wanting murder charges instead. Then that kind of melded into the verdict of guilt for the murder of George Floyd imposed upon Derek Chauvin, which kind of melded into a police action shooting of a 16-year-old girl in Columbus, Ohio, the third police action shooting in Columbus in a 6-month period. And that kind of melded into Andre Brown, finding out about 12 days ago now that he had been killed in a police action shooting. And we've been doing lives every day for extended periods. And it's just kind of, that the show is not a static show. It's a flexible entity. And we're kind of evolving into what the viewers want the show to be at that time. So for the regular viewers, that's why we haven't had regular shows. For those new to the show, this is how the show is at the moment. It could change at any time into something totally different, but it's always going to be about equality, justice, EAR, end all racism. It's always going to be about freedom. It's always going to be about the fact that it's more important to have a pure heart. Purity of heart is what you should base your opinion on someone, not on the pigment of their skin. Here we go. Back to Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Okay. Again, Elizabeth City, North Carolina is the site of the march for Andrew Brown, and he was indeed killed there by police, by the actually county sheriffs and sheriff's deputies. And I'm going to cut away from that for just a few minutes, about 5 minutes. And I'm going to cut away to a press conference that happened yesterday in Elizabeth City. This is a voice that I think needs to be heard. And I don't think many people heard it yesterday. So I want to make sure it gets out. Oh, sorry about that. Knocked over the microphone. I want to make sure it gets out today. We'll go back to Elizabeth City in a few minutes. Again, I break up the protesting a little bit with other important information on occasion. One such bit of information: last night, a shooting at a casino outside of Green Bay, Wisconsin. 3 people killed, including the gunman. Also yesterday, there was a shooting at a mall in North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte, and we'll talk about those.
Mississippi State University. And during my time out here, I ended up moving out here and staying out here and ended up spending 5 years of my life in this small city of 18,000 people. I know a good majority of them. I had met them, worked in some of these restaurants, and they became my friends and family. I did not know Drew personally, but when he died, it came to me and realized I have a daughter. I have a mixed daughter. She's a Black and Puerto Rican descent. When I am looked at in this world, I am looking at a thug, a gangbanger, a hoodlum, out of business. Just started. I'm a chef, been in the restaurant industry for almost 10 years. Safe certified. When I was out there in all the streets, all this riot gear, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna die tonight. I thought I was gonna at least get beat up a little bit. I was expected to get tased, mace, pepper spray. They threatened to fire non-lethal tactical ammunition at us. For those that don't know what that means, that is your rubber bullets, your mace pellets, your shotgun beanbags. Those are still deadly if used in the wrong hands. But if you're willing to use those on innocent people, those same procedures can be used. served that warrant on Andre Brown. Andrew Brown, pardon me. I have a little brother named Andre Brown. So when I think of Drew dying, I think of my brother Dre as well. He looks just like me. You're a black man. They get stereotyped. Those non-lethal ammunition I was just speaking on, why would they use to serve that warrant on Drew? He still would be here today. A lot of people would still be here today. Seeing about 40 to 50 cops in front of my face with batons. Some of them look like they didn't want to be here. A few of them look like they did and they were ready to hit me. It made me think about why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for all those children out there that look like me or that will look like me one day. I did that for them because they don't know how to do it. Our same kids will keep dying. I cannot bury another brother, another sister, or another cousin. I can't, and I will not let that happen. When you go to the grocery store, you're in the egg section, and you're looking for a shopping for eggs, you don't take the egg out that's bad or might be cracked, and you don't put a new egg in. No, look for a new carton of eggs and make sure that a whole dozen of eggs or 18 count is not cracked. It's not just about swapping out a few bad eggs and putting a few good ones in. We need to change the whole system. Why isn't every police officer, when they're being enlisted into a police academy, why are they going on a full psychological eval and continuously going under state psychological eval? Because just because you're okay today, you might have a bad day tomorrow. So that being said, everybody should get a monthly checkup from a therapist. And if you're scared, if you are scared of being a police officer, pick a different career. It's like being a chef and don't like a knife. It's like being a doctor and don't like blood. Find something different. I'm tired of my brothers dying. I traveled 4 hours to get here. I sped down the highway. Not in this little town that I know most of these people. Not in this little place where everybody is family. Where half of the people that stay in this city are black. We can't do this no more. There has to be change. And when we're peacefully protesting, and I'm looking at 30 plus armed police officers in full riot gear with shields, face masks, and all, that sends a wrong image to us. And for us to get locked up while peacefully protesting, I don't know, but some of the media, I'm pretty sure that they can tell you, but some of the media also was arrested as well, or threatened to be arrested. And that is a violation of the First Amendment right as well. They don't care. These are a bunch of big brother, big boy groups of police officers that don't give a damn. They need to be changed, and they need to be fired. When us as a group of black people, when one of us is locked up for a crime and we're together, all of us are charged with that crime as an accessory to whatever degree it was. 4 of those 7 cops that shot Drew are back on the police force right now working. Who's to say they won't be out there tonight when we're protesting peacefully again tonight with the 11th day in a row? Who's out to say I won't get shot this time? Because I will be out here. I have been out here since Monday. I've been out here since the day I got arrested, and I will keep being out here as long as possible. Even if that means putting my money and my business at halt. Change needs to happen. Change needs to happen fast. Because as much as people are being peaceful, you can't keep smacking and making me turn my cheek. Because I'm going to run out of cheeks. We need those tapes, and the city wants to view those. So we don't care who, we want to see those tapes. I thank y'all for y'all time. I hope that this message has will give a change. I'm going to turn the floor back over to Reverend Gatewood.
Again, a voice I thought needed a bit more exposure. If you agree, then share this feed. Share this feed so that voice can be heard. I'm going to hop into the chat for just a moment and say hello to Those that have joined, Silent Assassin, peace and love. Shalom to everyone. Namaste. Peace, blessings, hope, joy, kindness, love. Hello to Ding Dong. Jesus, that's always a name that makes me smile. We go back to Elizabeth City, North Carolina. We'll have little segments like that on occasion, just things that I think need more exposure. And right now we are, someone's coming up to speak. We'll see what's going on in Elizabeth, North Carolina. They are blocking the streets, and the police are in front of them. You can't see them, but there are 2 police cars in front of them, actually kind of protecting the marchers and making sure nothing gets out of hand.
Stay off the sidewalks as police are guiding us into downtown. When we get close to downtown, we just want a silent march. Okay? So when you see the hands go up, that means we just want you all to observe some silence to Mr. Brown's honor. When you see these hands go up, that's what you want to do. We're almost in downtown. All right?
Again, they want some solemn. They want it to be solemn as they enter downtown, because this is going to be leading up to the viewing, the actual viewing, and tomorrow the funeral for Andrew Brown Jr. If you're just joining us, it is Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and this is a march in support of releasing the tapes and in memory of Andrew Brown Jr. The family had requested that when they get into the downtown area, that there be no chanting, that there simply be silence in Andrew Brown's memory. And as you can see, the crowd is doing that. I'm going to pause here for just a second and say thank you to everybody that is watching, everybody that is in the chat. Be respectful. No racism, no hatred. Just be respectful. We don't tell you what to think or how to think. We just give you things to think about on the program. So hello to Ding Dong again, Salty Granny, Thaddeus Wendell Brown. Thank you for being here. Thank all of you for being here. They are entering the downtown area, and it seems everything's going to remain peaceful. We always hope that. Just early in the afternoon, they're ending the march now, and one thing I wanted to address that gets thrown out, it gets thrown out in here in chats at times, that more whites are killed by cops than blacks. And while that might be statistically true, a lot of whites are barricaded themselves in and are actively shooting, or have already killed numerous other people, or where blacks are sitting in their cars or asleep in their apartments, as Breonna Taylor was. So statistics can be twisted and turned and spun, and it should never devoid or discount the truth. So we'll go back to the march. Unless there's music, then I've got to go away because of copyright infringement. Okay, got to make sure that we can't hear the music. Good for the two white dudes carrying the RBG flag. That's a powerful statement in the South. Getting ready to give a public address here. We try to do real talk here, Thaddeus. You know, there are things that are uncomfortable to talk about, but they have to be talked about, or you can't ever fix anything. I started a movement, EAR, End All Racism. And I sat it at a position where it was going to be about beginning to heal. And the schism kept getting wider, and it kept getting wider. And I don't talk about it a lot at the moment, not because I don't believe in it, but simply because we're at a place in our country where there's a misconception being propagated by the people in the right wing that racism doesn't exist. So how can you end something when people don't even think it exists? That's why I don't talk about it much anymore. Not because I don't believe in it, not because there aren't people involved in it, not because it's not worthy. It's just because it's a point in time where it's more important to concentrate on surviving than on healing, in my opinion. Okay, they're still not talking. We'll go back there in just a few minutes. I don't want to get a copyright violation for any reason. At least you can see the police in uniform, but FBI can be anywhere. Yeah, and plainclothes police officers can be anywhere too. Just saying. But I get your drift, because the FBI can be on your computer, they can be in your cell phone. Yeah. Okay. Well, I haven't paused it, so we've got a pause here that I wasn't anticipating. There we go. Thank you, Ford. Ford Fisher, news to share. And we'll hop back to what's going on here in Elizabeth City in just a moment. And then I've got another segment I want to run before we pop back here again. I was going to say something about the police and the FBI, and I forget what it was. Anyway, so let's see if
are fighting for justice for the Brown family. They deserve it. On November 8th, 2020, our son was murdered in a church by a detective. We still don't know his name.
10 days, for 10 whole days, they did not tell us what happened to our son. On day number 10, we found out that he was murdered by a Caucasian male that was out of his jurisdiction at a church. So I stand with knowing how the Brown family feels. I stand with the Brown family as bad as it hurt because I'm still seeking answers myself. I commend you all. Even after today, hit the streets. Keep it going. Don't let up. Because when they feel like we have let up, they can brush it under the rug. Stand strong, stand firm, and say his name, Andrew Brown. Say his name. Andrew Brown. Say his name. Andrew Brown. Thank you, and please keep High Point, North Carolina, myself, and my family in your prayers. Again, my son's name is Fred Cox. Say his name. Fred Cox. Say his name. Fred Cox. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shannon. From out of this community, so many organizational leaders, activists, actionists, and pillars in this community have been standing tall for 12 days. This next gentleman is no stranger. He belongs here. He and his brother have led you and patterned what looks like peace to the rest of the world and power. I want you all to show an amazing amount of love for the leadership in the third vice president of the state, North Carolina NAACP, Mr. Keith Rivers.
Greetings. Well, let's do this. We did this together. I learned something from Dr. Barber a long time ago. There are no big I's and little U's when we're in the movement. So everybody, give yourselves a round of applause. We did this. Brothers like Bean out there, and Chop, and Boo Boo. All right, understand, there's so many more that have been here every single day. So say his name. Andrew Brown. Say his name. Andrew Brown. And our condolences go out to the Brown family. And we must remember that the family is in mourning, the community is in mourning. We are still grieving. Say his name. Andrew Brown. Say his name. Andrew Brown. It is because of his spirit that we are united here today. No shootings in the city, no robbery.
Again, because of the number of people down there streaming, bandwidth gets eaten up.
Businesses' hearts. And I don't see them out here today. Understand the power of our dollar. Say his name. Andrew Brown. Say his name. Andrew Brown. Now we must move forward and we must continue to say his name. Because this is not a moment, but a movement. We cannot allow our community to return to business as usual. We cannot continue to allow positions of power like the sheriff's department and the district attorney's office to go without accountability. We must remember his name when we go to county commissioners meetings. We must remember his name when we go to Raleigh to the legislative building. We must remember his name when we go to Washington, D.C., where the Capitol lies. We must continue to let his spirit guide us in the days to come. For this is a movement, not a moment. This community, look around and remember this. In the coming days, many of the national press will leave. But a lot of these partners that you see here, can we have a minute? Can we have a minute? Can we get a minute? Back up, back up. Back up, give a roll. Can we get a minute? Some water, some water. All right, we got a medic there. Make sure you relax your knees and drink plenty of water. All right, let's give it up, let's give it up. She's doing good, she's doing. All right.
Okay, while Ford is interrupted there, we will, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and go to this next segment that I wanted to show. From Willie D, some of you probably familiar. Those in the white community, probably not. But I'm going to be showing some more of this man. He's got some wisdom, and as always, I'm going to treat this like a guest on the show. Not going to interrupt anytime. Member of the black community or person of color is on the show. Let them speak their truth.
Anti-violence activist out of Newark, New Jersey, has been found dead. Backstory. Sanaa went missing about 3 weeks ago from a South Carolina home. Police arrested a juvenile girl and they were looking for a guy by the name of Travion Nelson. They found her. They said they found Sanaa's body in a wooded area in Lexington County. Said he did her bad, man. Shot her multiple times. They don't even have a motive at this time. At least they're not releasing a motive. Sanaa is the daughter of Sharif Ahmed Hotep. So this guy, from what I understand, puts in a lot of work. This is why I always say, fam, I have a lot of respect for activists. Of course, there are people out there who sometimes take advantage of the people, but most of the people, man, that do activist work, fam, it's one of those jobs where you gotta really, really be for the people to do it, because
You got that right.
oftentimes it's the kind of job that, yeah, the pay sucks. The pay just sucks.
Talk it.
And, you know, you're always away from your family. You're always fighting somebody else's fight.
Yep.
Always taking on a new cause. You're juggling several crises daily. Again, most of these crises aren't even personally or directly related to you.
Yeah.
It is a hell of a job to be an activist. I'm talking about a real activist that's really for the people. That's a hell of a job. So I always have respect for these type of people, man. People that do that, you know. I got a lot of respect for that. And so, you know, it's really sad when you look at a situation like this where you got a guy who has dedicated his life to, to getting justice, for people who are violated. And now he's been violated. And he needs that same type of energy from the people. And he also needed from the authorities who he hold accountable daily. I read somewhere where the mayor was sending out his condolences. Like, yeah, man, that's cool, but make sure you get that man justice because he's put the work in. Make sure you ride for him like he ride for the people. That's cold, man. I mean, you don't even know where to start. This girl was only 15 years old. Left her home and hadn't been seen since. They discovered her body in a wooded area with multiple gunshot wounds. And now you got two young people that are being held who more than likely will join the crowd, will join the droves of people, young people, recently who've just thrown their lives away. I mean, these numbers are just staggering. The amount of young people who just throw their lives away, family, hold them close. You youngsters, man, listen to me and listen to me good. Make sure you keep good company. It's not even enough that you keep good company. You gotta make sure that your good company keep good company. Because somebody can bring somebody around you that ain't right. They'll take your life. They'll put your life in jeopardy. You gotta know what the people who coming around you are into. You be sitting in a vehicle just having a conversation with somebody, next thing you know, or having a conversation with somebody, next thing you know, the killers come and just start shooting. When the killers come, the killers don't ask questions. They're not gonna ask questions. They're just gonna start shooting. They're not gonna say, hey, excuse me, hey, can you just scoot over just a little bit more so I can get these shots off on your boy right here. Nah, man, they're gonna shoot up everything in sight. So be very careful out there, man. Be very careful. Be very careful about who you allow into your personal space. You got one life to live. Don't take it for granted. R.I.P. Sanaa Ahmed Hotel. No more talk. What you ready to talk about?
Again, I just felt like that needed to be heard more. And we're going to go back to, actually, we're going to go up as soon as it connects. Sorry about the lags. We're going to go up to Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. Dante Wright. Protest underway up there. We haven't been up there today. We're going to go up, hopefully, Mercado Media. I just, again, I just felt like that segment, a brief 5 or 6 minutes there from Willie D needed to get out to people that hadn't heard it. My Facebook is just sitting and spinning. And won't even let me disconnect. Well, There we go. Let's see if we can get it up onto the monitor. Yes. Again, we're going to Brooklyn Center, Minnesota momentarily. The rally is still going on in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. We'll cut back there. This is Andrew Mercado Media, up in Elizabeth Center, North Carolina. Also, Frank Nitti up there streaming, and we may cut into Frank too.
Many other families out here in solidarity with the Wright family, but the Dante Wright's family is leading this march and protest.
Gonna let that music get just a little less noticeable so we don't get a copyright strike. Again, Elizabeth City, North Carolina, the rally is still underway. Speakers still talking there. And wanted to cut back from that brief segment with Willie D. Wanted to cut back to our first look at a rather sizable march that is just now beginning in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. So we've gone from Louisville to Louisville, Kentucky to Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Now we're up to Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, as the day begins to unfold here, afternoon into evening on the American Doofus Show. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll hop back in front of the screen here in a few minutes and look into the chat and say hey.
Could we please add the location mods to the where the stream is? Thank you. It's written on there, but it's not attached.
Again, we're watching Andrew Mercado Media at the moment.
YouTube chat sleepy today, it looks like. Must be a sleepy Sunday for YouTube. Facebook's booming. What's going on, members on YouTube? Anyways, guys, if you're watching this stream, we are live on Facebook. If you're watching a restream of this, or someone else is playing this stream, you're watching Mercado Media on YouTube. Come over to the source. We're live for about a half hour. We're just live on Facebook and YouTube as well. It looks like YouTube's taking a nap today. Last time I was out here, YouTube had more viewers than Facebook, but it seems like Facebook's got the upper hand today.
I don't use Mercado a lot, simply for this reason. It's a whole lot about the dollars and not a whole lot about the movement. Yeah, we all need money to survive in doing this, but to pound it over the cause is, I don't know. It's just not my bag. So I don't use Mercado a lot, but it's got the best. He has absolutely the best stream. He's got great equipment, and he's got a real good eye, and he gives decent commentary when it's not about money. But I dig it. I understand it's got to be about money. It's just sometimes that takes a back seat. I mentioned the Cash App at the beginning of the show and at the end of the show, and that's it. Because if people care, they're going to support you. But he kind of pounds it. And anyway, let's go back.
Watching from St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome. From Ohio. Indianapolis, Southeast Minnesota. Watching from Chicago. St. Paul, Brooklyn Park. Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'll be in North Carolina tomorrow. I'll be in Elizabeth City tomorrow. Texas, Florida, Arizona, White Bear Lake, Oregon, Austin, Texas. Hurricane West Virginia. Arkansas. New York. Ontario. New York. Washington, Austin, Texas, Minneapolis. So, I believe in God. I believe in a higher power. And there's many viewers that might not. It's okay. I'm all about however you feel. But one of our mods, that has been our moderator since the beginning, lives in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. You know what I mean? So that's how I'll be in Elizabeth City. Starting tomorrow. What's in Wisconsin? Boston, Mass. San Diego, California. Michigan. Montgomery, Alabama. Houston, Texas, welcome. So we got Austin and Houston, Texas in the stream.
Okay, we're going to go back down to Elizabeth Center, North Carolina. We'll pop back up to Brooklyn Center, I hope. Now this was working real good going back and forth from going back and forth from my laptop to the phone. There we go. And we should be popping back up here momentarily.
The things that we've always talked about is racism, because it's a very simple slogan that says, erase the racism in our society. Where us as black people, that we are over-policed, where we are killed just for one thing, which is the color of our skin. It's a crime to be black in America. It's a crime. So I want to let you know that, and I'll tell it, and I'll say it, and we have a lot of very intelligent and very influential people in this team. I will pledge my support. I'll do whatever I need to do. In addition to everything that's already going on, we want to thank you, the Brown family. The Brown family, we stand with you, we support you. I can't even imagine, but one thing I can say, any resources that we have, if I got to drive back next week, I'll do it. I would have been there last week, but I was in the jury trial. I promise you we'll stand with you. We love you. Thank you. Everybody, thank you for your support. The Brown family, we stand with you. And let's give a hand to Pastor Drumright for putting this together. Let's give him a hand. It's not easy. There's a lot of emails and behind the scenes things that people don't see. And he's on the front lines of Graham. I don't know if you know it, but they tried to ban him from the city. The city he grew up in. They said, don't come back. And so we had to go to war with him. And so he's been doing what he's doing now, which is mobilizing and bringing the news to the people. So let's give him a round of applause. But thank you for coming out. Thank you. I pledge my support. Thank you for hearing me. JCP, thank you.
I heard the new land has been showing out this week. Let's give it up for the people from New Land. Apply some new pressure. Blocking that bridge. Keeping the money where. Hitting them in the pocket. Power to the people. Matter of fact, the people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Where you at? The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Right now, we're going to bring up those that we are here to stand with and provide our strength for. We want to hear from this very humble family that's been dealing with pain. But today, we charge them to turn their pain into a purpose. Can you all please welcome members of Andrew Brown's family?
It was exhausted. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I'm gonna say a couple of things. Have a brother that is hurting. Have a sister that is hurting. Have a brother-in-law that is hurting. They have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, great-nephews, cousins, aunts, uncles, hurting. A community hurting. Best friends hurting. That's what it is to see. We are here We are shining the light upon all the injustices that have been carrying on here for years. I have been gone from this city for years. Not born, but raised in this city. And it's a shame that when I come back home, I hear the same conversation taking place that took place about the wrongness that was being done when I left. Electric bills, incarceration, court cases, residents incarcerated and having to be treated as guilty until they can prove themselves innocent. But we have people right now who are guilty and treated as being treated as innocent. There's something wrong here. Something very wrong. But we love you. Thank you for your support. We thank our legal team. We thank all the people from the city who have provided support. There's so many names, I can't even remember. But do know that we will fight a fight that has never been fought. We will get justice for Elizabeth City, North Carolina. We will get justice for Andrew Brown Jr. Thank y'all.
Come on, let's hear it, y'all, for this family. Y'all not tired, are you? Just a few more speakers, but say his name. Let's get that Womble character some press. Because we got to make sure that there is no Supreme Court justice named Andrew Womble.
Okay, we're going to pop back up to Brooklyn Center again, Minnesota, with Andrew Mercado. Hello, Carpe Diem. Anybody else new? Wilton Robinson, welcome. Thank you all for watching, those of you hanging out here. American Doofus Show. We're beginning our third hour of live this afternoon from going from Louisville, Kentucky to Elizabeth City, North Carolina, up to Brooklyn Center in Minnesota. And that's where we're at now. And let's go back to the live. And there was Frank. Okay, too close to the music. Again, gotta hit the mute momentarily. I apologize, but we can't get copyright violations. Let's see. I'll let Andrew talk because this is his stream. Okay, he's not going to talk. Just can't have any music for extended periods. Again, this is Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, in protest of the lack of a murder charge levied against the police officer in the killing of Dante Wright, another person in his car. Again, like I said, Andrew Mercado, really good videographer. Really good shot. Give you an idea of the actual size of the crowd and that they are protesters, not rioters. Salty Granny, that's a very well-deserved question you're asking there, and not one that you're the only one that's asking.
Go across the bridge. That's right. Okay. I'm all backwards. They're doing road work on it. This is 694.
Hello, puppy. I think the purpose about questioning the Asian hate bill isn't that that there wasn't Asian hate because of Trump calling it the China virus and white people being incredibly ignorant and thinking anybody that's Asian must be Chinese. But those two factors led to a lot of Asian hate. Now, that quickly led to legislation. The point being made is, how long has hate been directed towards blacks, and yet still no actual anti-black hate crime bill? You know, you got to wonder. It's just something to think about. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Hop back in here real quick. Carpe diem, you are exactly right. Also, Biden has mentioned it. It's not Biden. It's going to be the United States Senate that is at blame for nothing happening. It's not Biden. Biden has talked about it. Not enough. It'll never be enough. You're right there also. But this is more about a Senate that is divided 50-50 and how important it is that those that at least it maintains balance. And that'll be coming up in 2022 when senators are next up for election. So enough off the soapbox and back to the couch and back to the live.
We're marching. How you doing? How you doing?
I want to jump in here just for a second. You notice a lot more white allies in the north up here in Mississippi, up even farther north than up in I keep saying Mississippi, up in Minnesota, Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. You notice a lot more white allies than you do in the South. We've been talking about that throughout the episode. And it's not that there aren't white allies in the South, it's that they're silent. And again, not being monolithic, not all are silent, but a lot have to be silent or feel they do.
Again, guys, this is a family-led march. Dante Wright's family is leading this march, and we are heading to the police station. Listen, this is an unfiltered, uncut stream, and if bad language upsets you, I would leave. At this point, most of our media and everything, the new mainstream news swears on their shit now. So if you can't handle swear words, I don't know what to tell you. We're in a different time now. Unless you guys want to go back to the days where there's a bunch of bleeps and cuts and shit, you guys like that better? It's up to you. Can't handle swearing. Find a way to rub your heart and get a little bigger. No good comes to the racist system. No good comes to the racist system. No good comes to the racist system.
The views and comments of various commentators shown on the American Doofus Show are not necessarily those of the American Doofus Show. This content is being shown for educational and informational purposes.
The phrase, Joseph, is if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. The word decency is not a part of that. Don't add words into the phrase. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. This march started near 63rd and we were the first stream that we did where we responded to the police shooting. I believe it was 3 weeks ago now. 2-3 weeks ago. We went from that intersection and now we're heading towards Brooklyn Center Police Department. Been almost an hour of march. This whole stream's been a march.
Okay, they're heading to Brooklyn Center Police Department. That is, of course, where most of the protesting has centered. There haven't been many marches, at least those covered in Brooklyn Center. Their focus was directly in front of the police department. So as they are heading there, we'll get back to there, and we'll get back to Elizabeth City. I want to break from the march for just a moment for another, what I think is important little bit of information. This time it's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
It shows him confronting a black man at a local restaurant, but not telling him why. Viewers sent us this video earlier today, and since then, we have been calling and emailing
He says he was the only black man and the only person the officer approached.
Well, because I got called.
For what? What did I do?
You have any ID on you?
No, I don't have to give you
No,
ID,
you
sir.
do have
For what, sir? What did I do, sir?
You do.
What did I do, sir?
Send me another unit.
It's a video that's gone viral in just a matter of hours. The clips were filmed by Marcus Townsend and shows an interaction between him and the Vandergrift police officer this morning inside a restaurant. The video, shared more than 1,000 times on social media, has sparked intense criticism and accusations of racial discrimination. Townsend says the officer walked up and started asking questions about his girlfriend's service dog.
He had just came in, just had a problem with the dog at first. He didn't want the dog in there. He wanted to see service papers, and we don't carry service papers. You know, it's just not necessary.
The 20-year-old and his girlfriend had just sat down at G&G restaurant.
Not wanting to cause a problem, Townsend tells me he asked his girlfriend to take the dog home while he stayed to sort things out. He says that's when the situation escalated.
Whenever the dog went home, that's whenever I put my phone out because he started talking about, well, I'm over here, you were smoking dope outside the restaurant. I was like, no, I wasn't smoking. I just came in here to eat.
Townsend can be heard on the video repeatedly asking the officer what he did.
What did I do, sir? You did. What did I do, sir?
When the officer started getting more aggressive, according to Townsend, he finally showed him his ID. But Townsend tells me that wasn't good enough.
Get up and go outside. I'm asking you what
Get up and go outside.
Sir, I'm asking you what.
I got called here for you, and I'm asking your identification.
Sir,
get up and go outside.
When I got outside, he sat me down. Basically, wanted to run a criminal background. Wanted to see if I had warrants.
When the officer found out Townsend was clear, he still ordered him off the property, stating the manager didn't want him there. Townsend went back to the restaurant 40 minutes later, where the manager welcomed him, even snapping this picture with him.
I don't think it would have been the same if I was white, if I didn't have the dreadlocks, tattoos.
After speaking with Townsend, I went to the Vandergrift Police Department to ask about this incident. I was told the chief wouldn't be in until Monday, and that he's the only person allowed to give a statement. We also sent emails to the officer involved and the borough council, but have not heard back. I talked to the owners of G&G Restaurant off camera, and they tell me they had no idea what was going on or why police were called to their business. They reiterated that they never asked Townsend to leave, and they said he's welcome there anytime. I'm Shelley Borgs for Channel 11 News.
Just a little something I thought needed some more exposure, needed to get out there just a little bit more, if you will. That again, in the Pittsburgh area, Pennsylvania.
Say his name. Say his name. And he has been here in Elizabeth City.
We are back in
for
Elizabeth
12
City
days, fighting
with
for
Ford
justice
Fisher.
for Andrew Brown. Pastor Gregory Drumright is a service leader. He has been ranked by every under 40. He has won numerous national awards, statewide awards, and was even coveted with the Old North State Award from Governor Roy Cooper for 20 years of service to the state of North Carolina. And as I do in solidarity, it is time for us to march, to pray, to walk, and demand for justice. I want to be the Baptist preacher that God called me to be if I didn't give you a scripture. There was a giant named Goliath. And in 1 Samuel, they came and they were looking for somebody to take this giant on. And David went around his brothers. His brothers wanted to know, David, why are you here? And David asked the question, is there a cause? Well, David asked the question. But the son of David supplied the answer. And the book of John, chapter 18, verse 37. When Jesus stepped out after these unfair trials, the brother knew no wrong, but he was convicted and put on trial, and they sentenced him to death. But Jesus said, it's for this cause that I come. It's for this cause that we're gathered here on today. Anytime you can't even drive your car down the street, and you can't even respond to a warrant, but instead you get shot 4 times in your arm and 1 time in the back of your head. It's for this cause that we gotta gather today. It's for this cause, 12 years old, Tamir Rice, shot within 12 seconds. For this cause, we gotta gather on today. Anytime you can't sleep while black, Botham John. Anytime you can't walk while black, barbecue in a pit while black, and exist while black. Anytime we can't breathe while black, we gotta stand for this cause. Let's welcome this drum major for justice, who is answering for this cause. the drum major for justice, Pastor Gregory Drumright.
Sisters is looking real good in this moment. Let's hear it for Sister Soldier herself, Erica Smith. The mayor said it's a state of emergency. Once again, just like in Graham, North Carolina, when we rolled into town, Dr. Barber, it was under a state of emergency. Black and brown folks know a whole lot about living under a state of emergency. See, that's not a warning for us. That's a reality for us. As black men have to hear from our mothers and our fathers, be safe when you get in your car. Call somebody when you see them blue lights. Just do what he said, even if you ain't doing nothing. Because our reality is that Andrew Brown was living under a state of emergency long before they killed him in his own yard. He was born into a state of emergency. And when we leave here tonight, we'll still be in a state of emergency. We don't need no political declarations over a state of emergency. What we need is an entire re-sanitization of this political system that has over-criminalized and over-policed black and brown bodies for all too long. White crime is normalized. Black crime is sensationalized. Andrew didn't have a gun. George Floyd didn't die because of a medical emergency. Breonna Taylor did not have any drugs in her house. Tamir Rice had water in that gun and not bullets. Ahmaud Arbery was jogging in his own neighborhood, not stealing from the houses and homes. What's going on is in fact a state of emergency. We okay with that, right? But you don't need to be declaring it to the people that's been in these streets. You need to declare it to the people that's been in these office buildings. You need to declare it to that sheriff's office. You need to declare it to the district attorney and the county attorney. You need to declare a state of emergency to the system of white supremacy that has kept its knee on our necks for all too long. You need to let them know your time is up. You need to let them know the people of Elizabeth City and those of us who are wrapping around Elizabeth City are not going to let the pressure up. You need to let them know after the funeral we ain't going nowhere. We're going to keep driving 4 hours from Greensboro, 5 hours from Charlotte and Durham and Raleigh. We're going to keep the pressure going. We're going to make sure that we keep our knee on your neck so that you will understand that you're about to go into cardiac arrest. If we don't get accountability, Martin Luther King says, he who passively accepts evil is as much involved in it as he who helps perpetuate it. I want to talk to the black city officials. Because there's some black commissioners too. Oh, y'all don't want to talk like that. have respect for the police chief. I have respect for Chief Buffalo. I have respect for town manager Montre Freeman. They have stood with this activist movement ever since they first realized that they didn't know that Andrew Brown was dead, because they should have been the first to be notified that there needed to be a warrant served under their jurisdiction. There was a breach. See, you can be a black lawyer and still not get equal respect. You can be a black chief and still not get equal respect. You can be a black town manager and still not get equal respect. But I want to know, to some of the city council, county commissioners, do Black Lives Matter to black folks?
Say a word, sir. Go ahead.
God has blessed me, God has favored me. But I was born in Section 8 apartments, Tucker Street apartments, Burlington, North Carolina. Our come up was a trailer park. I want you to know I came from the bottom, and even where we are, my mama said, baby, we still poor. Because we black in America. We ain't got our 40 acres and a mule yet. But I want to talk to the Black county officials that have not said anything about Andrew Brown. We need some accountability from you too. Because surely the majority of black folks in Elizabeth City voted you into those offices. I want to talk to black folks that are turning on black folks. We cannot keep the pressure of Black Lives Matter on the white community and not keep the pressure up in our own community. We have to come together and stand with this family. We have to present a unified front. You may do it like this, I may do it like that, but we all want justice for Andrew Brown. I know it's COVID, but just look at your neighbor and say, do I matter to you? You mean to tell me we can't just talk to each other in these streets? Do Black Lives Matter to black people? It's important for us to stand unified in this moment. Our voting rights are being assaulted. That's the state of emergency. Mass incarceration has majority black and brown people in it across America. North Carolina is no exception. African Americans in North Carolina are incarcerated at a rate of 5 times more than the rate of our white counterparts. And to that point, if African Americans and Hispanics were incarcerated at the same rate as whites, do you know that our prison and jail populations would decline by almost 40%? There's a state of emergency going on in the criminal justice system. We are being prosecuted at a higher rate. We are being convicted at a higher rate. And people like Andrew Womble seek upon North Carolina's highest courts to keep this trend of mass incarcerating black and brown people up more than our white counterparts who commit the same crimes. Somebody say, hell no, you got to go. To our governor, you just received 125 recommendations from the Racial Equity Task Force to eradicate racism. You received 125 recommendations, Governor Cooper. 125 recommendations, Attorney General Josh Stein. 125 ways, Dr. Barber, that we can injustice in our criminal justice system. I don't know about you, but we don't need another recommendation. We need some emancipation. Somebody tell the governor, we need emancipation. Not another recommendation. And so in this providential moment, Prophet Isaiah talked about this providential moment. Prophets all in the Bible talked about this providential moment. Prophets in the Quran talked about this providential moment. This is a sign of the times. This is a sign where the people cannot let up the pressure. This is a sign that we are going to continue to apply pressure until we get the outcome that we deserve. In this moment, we will continue to shout Black Lives Matter. In front of the White House and at the outhouse, Black Lives Matter. We need the Senate to pass Senate Bill 510. And just in case you don't know what it is, Keith Rivers, Senate Bill 510 will make it a law that after 48 hours, any police and body cam footage must be released. It's time, it's past time. If you believe in Jesus, you believe in justice. If you believe in Muhammad, you believe in justice. If you're one of my Jewish friends and brothers, you believe in justice. If you don't believe in anything, you may be agnostic, but you're out here standing with the Brown family, standing with this team, standing with these generals, then you also believe in justice. Elizabeth City, there's a storm out on the ocean, and it's moving this whole way. And if your soul is not anchored in justice, you will surely drift away. What do we want? And when do we want it? What do we want? And when do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Justice for the next generation. Justice for the next generation. We ready. We ready. We ready for change. Come on, everybody. We ready. We ready. We ready for change. A little louder, please. We ready. Come on, everybody. We ready. I don't hear y'all there. For change. We ready. We ready. We ready for change. One more time, help me say, we ready. Say what, say what? We ready. We ready for change. Help me. Welcome to the stage. A general that's been fighting for a long time. And still ain't time yet. A man of the pulpit and a man for the people. An educated man that has isolated himself from white supremacy and from the bigotry and bias of our today, to confront it with power, with peace, and with purpose. He is no stranger. This is his soil. I want you to help me to welcome him back to Elizabeth City. Bishop Dr. William Barber. This is home. And we better be ready. I want you to thank the lawyers, Attorney Daniels, Crooks, and Sellers. I want you to know there are plenty of lawyers in North Carolina that will fight over the last 5 years, we fought and got 5 black men out of jail who had been put there on death row and life sentences. 5 of them. And we defeated the worst voter suppression law in the country. So we got lawyers here that will fight, and all we got to do is hook them up. Everybody with Daniels, Trump, and sellers. I want to thank God for my brother Keith Rivers. We used to sleep on the same floor. When I came over here, my father would be working with his father back in the day in the old 1st Congressional District. I thank God for my brother, and who has followed me as president, the Reverend Dr. Anthony Spearman. I love him. I thank God for him. I thank God for Reverend Drumnight.
We're going to go up to, I wasn't intending, I was trying to put it in queue, but it went directly live. And now that we're up, we're going to stay up here for a few moments. Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, again with Andrew Mercado. Andrew, good commentator, good videographer, gets great angles, and tells a good story. And we'll join him now momentarily. Again, we're in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota at the moment. Protest is for Dante Wright, who was killed in, he was killed in his car. And the police officer, Kim Potter, was charged with manslaughter. She thought she had grabbed her taser. Instead, she grabbed her Glock and shot him once in the chest. She was charged with manslaughter, as I said. The protest is because the people feel that murder charges are justified, as was the case in the trial of Derek Chauvin for the murder of George Floyd.
Yeah, we lost like 200 some people on YouTube. That was probably a rough We're almost there, y'all. We're gonna take this left to Humboldt, and then we'll be almost to the police department. Sorry, you're coming in. That is a federal building.
Okay, music starting to come through a little too strong. Wasn't prepared for that. I'm not by the microphone. My apologies. Hopefully that'll be remedied here momentarily. Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. Dante Wright, the subject of the protest, one of many, too many names. And Andrew Mercado, providing the incredibly clear footage for us. And we thank all the streamers that we feature. And I look at as we give them exposure that they wouldn't be getting otherwise, possibly. And sorry, I'm talking. Okay, all right. People just positioning. I thought something was going on. Again, I'm trying to do two things at once. All right, we're cool with the music. Let's go back to the live.
Can we get another member notification sent out on YouTube, please? Oops. Sorry, I'm ugly mug in the camera. I'm not coming out here without no water.
Okay, you can see kind of in the background the apartment buildings starting to come into view as they do indeed get near the police station. We've seen those apartments right there, as you can see, kind of just left of their center screen. The residents of those places have been tear gassed. They've been assaulted with sound deterrent equipment, with strobe lights, obvious noise into the wee hours of the morning through these protests. And you can see now, those that have been with me for a while, been watching the show, the first night we covered this, there was no fence anywhere. You could walk directly up to the front door of the police department. On the second night, there was a fence surrounding the police department. Then they put another fence to guard the first fence. And now they have removed those fences and put up the barriers you see now, similar to what surrounds many buildings, or did at one time at least, many buildings in Washington, D.C. We're going to keep it here for just a few more minutes. I got something else I'm going to cut to here, but we'll keep it here for just a few more minutes now that they're in front of the police department. And there were indeed police on the building, on the roof of the building. They spelled out Dante. And we'll go to the audio now. Hopefully no music now. Okay, we're good.
It might be a little blurry because of the fence, but they're up there. It's just, this fence is hard to.
Hey, these are the Brandon and Tucson, they roam the street. Speak.
Can have the music. See if we can do this. Okay.
This is a family of Dante right here. March.
Family of Dante, right? You can pull up right here, right next to this.
I'll take you guys over to the barbecue in a second.
All right, first off, y'all marched all the way from 63rd and Kathleen to the Brooklyn Center Police Department. Give it up for yourselves, man. Y'all showed up today. And don't ever let anybody tell you that showing up don't get things done. Because showing up gets shit done. And we're getting shit done today. And hopefully those murder charges are going to be brought to Kim Potter. Whoever's going to do his damn job, or is going to hand it off to somebody else who's going to do their job. That shit needs to happen. And when Dante was killed, a lot of things got revealed. You learned that 40% of the Brooklyn Center's budget goes here. And that's 71 people that don't even live here. 40% of this city's budget goes here to Dante Wright's killers. Say that ain't right. Say that ain't right. And now we're going to listen to the family, because listening to the families, in my experience, is the most important thing. Give it up for the family of Dante Wright, y'all.
First off, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support. We appreciate it, and we're so grateful and humble. Thank you. Secondly, I just want to say a little bit about who Dante was, just because that is the most important message that I'm trying to get out. He was a son, a father, a brother, a cousin, an uncle. He had so much life ahead of him, and he was murdered on April 11th at about 2:05. He was taken from us. And we are at loss. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know where we're going. All because of a racist police officer that wanted to take his life for a minor traffic. And they, at this time, are charging her with second-degree manslaughter, and we're not okay with it. It's not okay. She needs to be charged with second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree murder. We're going to continue to say his name. We are going to continue to be in the streets, and social media, at the police station, and we're going to continue to keep doing this until we have justice. Like I've always said, it's never going to be justice for us, but we want 100% accountability, and that's what is going to be justice for us, and that's charging this case correctly.
Next to speak, we have Sherry Airway. She's president and founder of Family Supporting Families Against Police Violence, an organization that shouldn't have to exist. But the way that it's set up, it does, and she does great work with these families. I'm gonna let her talk to you.
My heart hurts Dante family, as I am a family. Justin Taine was really beat to death and thrown in the trash dumpster by the police here in Minnesota. And I knew when they killed Justin that they had been killing people and that it was going to be more. And to see the more, it's a pain that I can't describe. I pray, I want to ask that the families that are here come stand alongside Katie and Aubrey, because our families, we know the pain. We walk the pain and we live the pain. And I pray that God helps us to stay together as families, because we don't want nothing from this family but to be there for them. And I want this family to know that we will be your back. We will be the support for you that we didn't have when our loved ones was murdered. That we will walk alongside you. We not here for no paparazzi scene or none of that, because we've lived it. We've lived it. We know the pain. These people protect their buildings. They got these assholes on top of this building to protect some buildings when they have stolen something from us that we can never get back. Fuck your buildings. Fuck your buildings and fuck you too. Come on, send me these that big. It's these people, these racist people killing our people in the streets. And for Governor Tim Walz and Keith Ellison and these legislators want to limit, I'm calling all these bitches out by names. Because we sat in those rooms trying to get these laws passed. Paying through Dante Wright. Then these fake ass motherfuckers want to show up to that funeral and act like they love their family. And you gonna prevent this shit? No, fuck that. We gotta call it out for what it is. I ain't sugarcoat shit for nobody. You know that a song I gotta go home to? We all father because they beat me down and threw him in the garbage can. And Dante Wright was the first funeral that I showed up to an open casket for a police murder since my son's father. That shit is painful and it's re-traumatizing every time we gotta see why somebody get killed out here in these streets. Our families gotta go through this. So we gonna hold them all accountable. We gonna hold the governor accountable. We gonna hold Keith Ellison accountable. If Keith Ellison really cared about this family like he claimed, he would take that case over from that fake ass prosecutor Corbin. So let's see how that guilty. If he won't take that case, get the fuck out of here, Keith Ellison. Cause I'll be nice and shit, and I love God, but at the end of the day, I ain't playing no games with these people. I'm sick of it watching our black men and Asian people die out here in these streets on some racist motherfuckers with some masks on. You call me an angry black woman, you call me whatever you want to call me. But at the end of the day, my feet is on the ground. At the end of the day, my voice is moving for the people. And if you're not for the people, you got an institution. Keith Ellison and Tim Walz, you got an institution that created this shit. There's no way that that boy should have been killed like that. And that bitch, big brother, that bitch, she knew what the fuck she was doing. That was no accident. I got people coming to me saying that she was big profiling people. She had big profiling people beforehand. So if Dante don't get it, 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 if Dante don't get it. Thank you.
Major thank you to Sheriff for coming out, representing families, support families against police violence. Always holding me down. Her story is tragic. We gotta be here for every family. We gotta join organizations and we have to get laws in our heads so we can figure out how to stop this from happening. Because we could go to a funeral every day. We could go to a march every day. We could do a memorial every day. But we don't want to. We got to come up with some sort of legislation that will allow that to stop. So the next person I'm about to introduce is going to talk exactly about how to do this. A lot of times he talks about it and it just goes over everybody's head. But this is how to do the things we try to accomplish. His name is John. He is the president of Minnesota Justice Coalition, and he's going to talk to us about the charges with Kim Potter, how to advance them, as well as legislation that he's working on putting through with Tashira and getting the governor, like Tashira just said, on our side. If you're not backing these families and this movement, you're against it. You're part of the institution, period. So here goes John.
All right.
Okay, we're going to go to back to Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Live stream with John from Status Quo. Whoa. Have to hit the mute. Can't have any music going on there, so tell you what, I haven't been in front of the screen for a few. So I'll pop in here and say hello and check in just a few minutes, see if the watch the people dance and have a good time. Let's see, where are we? You're welcome. I'm created. We try to keep it real, and we're jumping around from location to location because there are important things going on, and plus I like to throw things in that I think are relevant to what's happening. Yes, that was pain in reality, Carpe. She was bringing it. Let's see. I'm assuming there's still music going on.
I heard some deltas out there. Well, I heard some AKAs out there. I heard some deltas out there. I heard 85As on the ground. I heard 65 Betas out here on the ground. I even met some probably the Sigmas on the ground. On that 5A Sigma. I even heard.
The music's getting too loud. This is, you can tell by the visual, it's a good vibe there. And that's not in defiance of the memory of Andrew Brown. It's just a celebration of getting a march done and nobody getting arrested, nobody getting killed, everything being peaceful, and just a celebration in the fact that music is music is something that it can unite us. It's one thing that at times we can agree on. I wrote my first rap set of I wrote my first set of rap lyrics about 2 weeks ago, and the chorus in it is about the power music has. So while I can't play a lot of music I'd like to play, especially in background and stuff, I've got to make sure we don't accidentally play something that gets us flagged. Okay. And they're just expressing what the music is bringing out of them. It's not that it's they don't feel the pain and anger that they felt a little bit ago. It's just music gives you a little bit of a release. And if you hold all that pain and anger in, it just ends up eating you up. You got to release it every once in a while. So in my opinion, this is all justified. I was listening to part of the speech that was going on down here, and after the speech, the minister got up there and started getting everybody pumped up again about it's time. It's time for a change. It's past time, and I personally like seeing positive imagery like this. Again, let me check and see if the music's. Yeah. I'd be dancing to that if I was out there. I'd probably look like Charlie Brown from Charlie Brown's Christmas when everybody's dancing, but hey, it's not my claim to fame. So what's going on over here in the chat? Everybody seems doesn't seem like there's I'm not even going to say the word because it seems like we've had a pretty decent chat so far. And This woman's definitely getting moved by the music. Yeah. Easy now. Uh-oh. She get too moved by the music. I don't like to show these kind of things. And I didn't have. Get my phone charging, so I don't have, there we go. Got it in my hands now. Let me. Okay. Still can't do the music. And John's moving away from her, which I'm happy to see. Okay. Sorry. I still can't. Shaking your butt is trekking, guys. That's what's called trekking. Shaking your butt. I think she might have caught the spirit because I think she was laughing. Well, now that's loading, and we have no voice. I was going to play one of my songs. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Not sure what's going on here. Something's breaking in Indianapolis. I'm going to pop this up real quick while we're having trouble with the feed there. Not sure what this is. This is Indianapolis. Devontae, Real Indie News. Devontae guest on the show a few times, a friend of mine. We share information back and forth as far as things going on, but all I've got is video and audio at the moment. I don't have a backstory to this. Just north of 21st Street on Arlington, okay, and it just ended. Okay, not sure where that came from. Okay, let me pop back here to the laptop for just a minute. Apologize for being dark. That won't last. Just a couple of seconds here. We'll be back up. Well, I said that, but that feed just ended as well. Okay, something happened down there. Cut off a minute ago. Let me go to this real quick. Give me just a second, please. I've got a series of things I wanted to series of things I wanted to talk about on here, and for some reason I'm struggling to find the one I want to talk about right at the moment on my YouTube. So again, apologies. Give me just a this isn't what I wanted to show, but at least it is coming up.
The legend showed up here on the field.
Okay. Sorry about the dead air and the dead screen. What time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock, so some streamers are cutting out. I'm looking for a specific cut on the site. And here it is. Let me get the monitor back on. Okay. And this comes from the Philip Scott Show. A little segment to allow me to get something else queued up here. Hopefully.
So, we had one of our sisters, had an encounter with a Karen. Now, this Karen pulls up in front of a home. She said that she'd been living there a long time. She almost driving on the curb. Then, I want you to watch what Karen, chooses to do with our sister. Now, we still going on in a global pandemic, and a lot of people want to protect themselves, from that doggone coronavirus. But I want you to watch what this sister make sure to do to protect herself. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
What makes you different than me?
What makes me different than you?
Yes.
The fact that I've lived here for 2
Okay, and I
years.
live over there and I pay rent as well.
I don't care if you pay rent.
Okay, and I don't either. You're still on the yellow line as
So
well.
are you.
Okay, so what was your point in coming out and telling me anything about myself?
What?
Why are you telling me about myself when you're also on the yellow line? Okay, and I'm telling you about yourself. Aren't you late for work? And you don't need to park on the yellow line either.
She doesn't need to park here. I don't know.
Hey, look, she's on the yellow line. I'm on the yellow line. Slim, go over there. What do you see? Both of us parked on the yellow line. But because she lives here, exactly. You're not supposed to park here either. But because she lives here,
don't park here.
Don't park
up against my
please
car.
stay 6 feet away. Coronavirus. You are Karen.
Away.
She's spitting my face. You tell her. I got you on camera. I got you on camera.
Did not
I got
spit your
you
face.
did. I got
Now Karen, thought that she can just run up on this sister and do whatever she wants and talk in her face, and the sister say, "You end up spitting on me," which bodily fluids is something that you don't want from anybody, whether you going through a pandemic or not, right? And this sister made sure to clear her out of her space and made sure that she was 6 feet apart, and she had to do that in a rapid fashion because she didn't want any type of COVID to possibly get in front of her. Understand what I'm saying? So that was more so a protection mechanism during a global pandemic to enforce social distancing. The CDC says that we should be social distancing, and that's all that sister was doing. She was just, practicing social distancing just in a quick manner because Karen didn't realize that her bodily fluids and getting in the sister's face wasn't a good thing to do during a pandemic. But, Karen, what she needs to realize and her ilk that go along with her is that you're dealing with a different group of brothers and sisters now. You're not dealing with the civil rights generation. We're not going to say, we just need to pray for them. That's not going to happen. We'll pray for you while we're removing you or dealing with the issue at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? Because those people that read the Bible don't realize that how many times that God said, go defend yourself, go to war in the middle of you praying, right? Never just cowering down and being a doggone slave and let somebody beat you up all freaking day, right? So I'm proud of the brothers and sisters. They're not putting up with the Karens, they're not putting up with the Kevins, they're not putting up with the Brads, they're not putting up with Becky or whoever else they're not putting up with. They're just not putting up with it no more. It's a new day. So please keep your distance. Leave us alone. We're really not trying to bother with you like that. Run up on black people like that. It's just not the thing to do. Especially when we are approaching pull-up summer. That's happening now. You better be careful because, the family come see you at any moment for these actions. But leave me a comment. Let us think about the situation with our sister making sure she practiced.
There you go. That was from the Philip Scott Show. And we're going to go back up to protester Dante Wright in Elizabeth City. I'm sorry, in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota.
Because sometimes in these moments we move too fast. We move too fast. I want you to take this moment today, take at least 2 to 5 to 10 minutes to yourself. Hold this day for yourself. Because I've seen a lot of people that show up to protest, they leave, but they don't take that moment with them. Take this moment with you, and please don't wait for another Facebook event for you to come out.
Yes.
Show up here. Show up in your own city. Show up in your own corner. Make sure that every single person in your network knows that where you're at, and call them out. Because if you're watching on Facebook right now, you should have been here. If you're watching on social media right now, you should have been here. And I say this all the time. There's a lot of people that romanticize about walking with Dr. King and doing all these things. Trust me, if you're not marching with us, you wouldn't be marching with them either. You wouldn't be marching with them either. The people who marched were the people who showed up. And if you want to be part of this movement, you got to show up. And the worst thing you can do is sleep for a revolution. And in this country right now, we have a revolution going on. And that revolution is demanding justice for people of color all over this country. And that means we are demanding justice by any means necessary.
I need everybody to come over here. We family. We're here to support the right family. I need all of y'all in the grass. I know y'all embarrassed. Like, damn, me with the blue mask on? And then over here to the right, I was talking to y'all too in the grass. Come up here. Come up here. All of y'all in the grass, come up here. Come support us. All the way up here. We're a family for sure. Why don't we set up an event where we go to Pete Orbit's house? How y'all feel about that? We go to Pete Orbit's house? We better go in there or we can keep it in there. How do we want to live it? Right. Who got Keith Ellison All right, so the next thing, we gonna wrap it up quick because the family's standing here. We got food from Twin Cities Relief over there. We gonna wrap it up in a second, but next thing I want to do is introduce Sarai. She got the gifts. She got the gifts right here. She has blessed me before, and when I'm talking about healing, when I'm talking about not just physically healing, but your spirit, your subconscious, your soul, your mind, your body. She got the bless you right now. I'm telling you, this is amazing. It's backbones for men, bro. It's for men. All right, so Sarai here, God bless you real quick.
And your son. Every day when my 18-year-old son leaves the house, he can't even walk sorry without me stressing out. Texting him 30 cents a day. So I can only imagine what you're going through. I just want to let you all know that I am here for you. I have created a self-care package for you, specifically the box mom. And I also have a few more things here. Glad you called me out on the man moms. I didn't bring them. It's okay, I got it though. I got one for you. So I want you to know that everything from the colors, the flowers, the bath salts, there's a bath salt mix in there, there's herbal tea, there's a eucalyptus shower bundle, everything, there's a moon rock in there, everything was picked and paired and created by me, okay? With the intention of lifting your vibrations and your energy, okay? And keeping you in the state of mind of continuous healing throughout this entire process, okay? I need you to understand that when you utilize these products, I want you to embrace it. I don't want you to just think you're throwing some bath salts in the water, because you're not. Okay? You're not just throwing bath salts in the water. This formula was created for you to help you heal. Okay? So my card is in there. I pray for you every day. I'm actually sorry. I'm actually from Louisville, Kentucky. So, and I moved here 2 days before they murdered Philando. So I've never marched until George. That's what inspired me. And now with this, with Dante, it's ridiculous. Kim, we want your head on a platter. ASAP. You understand? Because at the end of the day, I'm about spirituality. And spirituality lets you tell somebody you want their head on a platter, because that's how you really feel. And we do. We want her to pay for what she's done for you all and your family. I want you to accept these gifts and enjoy every single minute of it. I'm here for you. My card is in there. Anytime you need anything, please reach out, okay? You'll probably have some questions, so I promise you'll come. I love y'all.
Hey, give it up. You in the bathroom, Superboy. She has a physical.
We're going to go to back up to or out to
from the area.
Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
When I was talking, I know Lydia with the Black Panthers, 757 Black Panthers. I know the person, they're from Virginia area. But for the most part, I've seen most of the people here every day. I've been here, so I assume the majority of the people are locals. I would assume so. I mean, the way everyone is, talking amongst each other, I would have to assume everyone knows each other. It might be about 10, maybe 10 outside of that when we look at it, maybe they're from outside. But then again, like I said, they look like they're like media type. Yeah. Keeps it organic,
Well,
Oh my God. Shopping ready to keep it. Listen, I would not put our shopping on my camera. I would put my screen down. You would have to listen to them. I would refuse to put our shopping on my camera. Oh, Charlotte? Okay. Apologize, Charlotte. She's from Charlotte. Oh, no, you good, bro. So look, I'm an outsider. I don't know anyone from Adam and Eve. My name is Smooth, and I don't think nobody knows who I am either. So, once again, there's not too many outsiders. Like I said, for the most part, when I was marching last night, everyone seemed to pretty much know each other. She might was replying to me because I said she was from the 757 area, which I could have sworn she stated, but I could be wrong. But I will say it's a good sight to actually see media out today. Something that's just pure positivity. You know, and to actually continuously be out there for one day, you know. That's a good sight to see. So actually.
okay, things seem to have wrapped up at the moment in Elizabeth City.
Thank you, Amity, for coming out. Amity is, for any Gen Z out here, Amity is popping as fuck on TikTok. Amity looks just like my mom, so, hey, we just here for y'all. I don't have anything else to say. I'm grateful.
All right. Thank you all for watching throughout the day here. We passed the 3.5 hour mark. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live episode here in just a couple of minutes. Because we may have to be back live later on, or here in just a few hours. It's 6:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to make sure my dog gets a brief walk. I get a little something to eat, and we're ready to come back on tonight if necessary. So again, thank you all for watching. Carpe Diem. Much love, you know that. Much love to all of you out there. Moondog, I Am Created, Salty Granny, Ding Dong, everybody that's that hangs out. It is greatly appreciated. I'm going to keep monitoring. Everything seems peaceful at the moment. We'll see. I imagine the crowd is going to stick around in front of this police station as darkness comes upon the area, see if anything breaks out in any one of the locations. And I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching. It is the American Doofus Show. Thank you again to Maxwell Mitchell, to Ford Fisher of News to Share, to Andrew Mercado of Mercado Media, to John from Status Coup, and from Smooth View, who we were with just a couple of minutes ago for the first time down in Elizabeth City. So sincerely love you all. Wish you nothing but blessings, peace, and love. And we will be back very soon. Until then, it's a dark world. Try to be a light. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus.